The Metaphysical Bible teaches us that our material senses are but whispers of the grand symphony of spiritual truth resonating through existence. Henry Tao. Imagine opening up a door to deeper wisdom, where every word holds the power to transform not just your thoughts, but your very life. This isn't just any book. This is the Metaphysical Bible. Unlike traditional interpretations that often focus solely on historical and moral teachings, the Metaphysical Bible dives into the realm of deeper spiritual insights. It peels back the layers of ordinary understanding and reveals a more profound, mystical significance to the scriptures. Here, each verse isn't just read, it's experienced, offering practical applications that bridge our everyday existence with powerful metaphysical truths. Whether you're seeking guidance, healing, or a greater sense of purpose, this journey through the Metaphysical Bible could open up new pathways of enlightenment right at your fingertips. Let's explore how this extraordinary perspective can bring transformative changes to your life, making the divine wisdom of ages past incredibly relevant and accessible today. Looking into the Metaphysical Bible can feel like entering a world filled with new languages and concepts. Today, we'll decode some key terms that are essential to navigating this spiritual landscape. Let's start with metaphysics itself. It's the branch of philosophy that explores the nature of reality beyond what we can touch and see. In the context of the Bible, it refers to interpreting stories and teachings to uncover deeper, often spiritual meanings that aren't immediately obvious. Next, consider the term consciousness. In metaphysical discussions, consciousness isn't just about being awake. It's about being aware of and connected to a higher spiritual reality. This concept encourages us to see beyond surface-level experiences and connect with deeper truths. Another vital term is unity. In metaphysics, unity doesn't just mean being together or in harmony. It represents the foundational belief that all existence is interconnected through a divine source. This view transforms our understanding of relationships, environment, and self, urging a shift from individualism to collective existence in spiritual harmony. By understanding these terms, you'll begin to see the scriptures in a light that illuminates paths to greater wisdom and interconnectedness. With each term clarified, we're not just learning a new language, we're gaining the tools to explore profound truths that can guide us in our daily lives and beyond. In the heart of metaphysical teachings and traditional Christianity lies a profound principle: the power of oneness. This concept, far from being a mere abstraction, is a dynamic force that can shape our understanding of unity and diversity in profound ways. Consider this. In metaphysical thought, oneness transcends the idea of mere numerical singularity. It suggests a holistic existence where every element of the universe is interconnected. Every thought, action, and spirit is part of an intricate web, woven from the same divine thread. This realization helps us see that our individual actions ripple across this web, affecting the whole. In traditional Christian contexts, this idea mirrors the belief in one God who is omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient. This unity in God's nature reflects a unity in humanity, crafted in His image. Such a perspective invites us to view each person not as separate or disparate from us, but as part of a grand, divine tapestry. Understanding oneness in these terms shifts how we interact with the world. It calls us to act with compassion and empathy, recognizing that the well-being of one is linked to the well-being of all. It dissolves barriers, encourages inclusivity, and fosters a sense of global responsibility. By seeing ourselves in others, we are motivated to act with greater care and love, knowing that the divine spark within us is universally shared. Through the lens of oneness, diversity is not a division, but a celebration of the myriad ways the divine manifests in the world. Each unique expression, each distinct life form contributes to the richness and complexity of the whole. This understanding doesn't just enrich our spiritual lives, it empowers us to live with purpose and harmony in a diverse world. The Metaphysical Bible offers a treasure trove of insights that we can weave into the fabric of our daily lives, transforming abstract concepts into tangible actions. Let's explore how principles like forgiveness, love, and personal growth spring from metaphysical interpretations to make a real impact. Take forgiveness, for instance. Metaphysically, forgiveness is more than just an act of letting go of grudges. It's about understanding the impermanence of faults and the eternal nature of spiritual truths. When we forgive, we're not just saying that an offense no longer affects us. We're recognizing that, at a higher level, there is nothing to forgive because the spirit within each of us is untainted and whole. Applying this to daily interactions can lead to profound peace and the healing of relationships as we stop seeing others as merely their mistakes. Love, in metaphysical terms, is the very fabric of existence. It's not just an emotion, but a state of being that reflects our deepest connection to all life. When we operate from a place of metaphysical love, every action, word, and thought is infused with understanding and compassion. This kind of love encourages us to look beyond superficial differences and connect with the divine essence in everyone, whether it's helping a stranger, nurturing a family relationship, or supporting a friend. When actions are motivated by unconditional love, they create ripples that enrich our communities. Personal growth is another area where metaphysical teachings shine brightly. The Metaphysical Bible encourages us to evolve beyond our current limitations and reach towards our highest potential. This might mean overcoming fears, embracing new opportunities for learning, or simply cultivating a daily practice that aligns with our spiritual beliefs. For example, meditation or prayer can be a practical application of these teachings, providing a regular reminder of our connection to something greater than ourselves and fostering an environment where growth is not just possible, but inevitable. In each of these examples, forgiveness, love, personal growth, the Metaphysical Bible provides not just guidelines, but a call to action. It challenges us to live more deeply, love more openly, and forgive more freely, using our everyday experiences as opportunities to manifest our highest ideals. This approach doesn't just change how we interact with the world, it transforms our entire experience of life. In the story of Nabal and David, we find profound lessons on the contrast between arrogance and humility, lessons that take on even deeper meaning through metaphysical interpretation. Nabal, whose name means fool, epitomizes arrogance. Despite benefiting from David's protection, when asked for assistance, he not only refuses, but insults those who helped him. His response is a classic display of ungratefulness and pride, illustrating how arrogance can blind us to our interdependence with others. David, on the other hand, initially responds with a plan for vengeance, which could be seen as a moment of pride on his own part. However, the intervention of Abigail, Nabal's wise and discerning wife, provides a metaphysical twist to the narrative. She brings gifts to David and pleads for peace, reminding him of his higher purpose and the divine protection over his life. Her actions underscore a key metaphysical principle. True power lies not in dominance or retaliation, but in the ability to align one's actions with higher spiritual laws. This story teaches that humility is not weakness. It is a powerful stance that aligns us with divine will, which metaphysically is understood as the ultimate source of strength and protection. By choosing humility, David averts unnecessary bloodshed and is later rewarded as Nabal's riches are transferred to him after Nabal's sudden death. This outcome not only serves as a practical demonstration of humility, but also symbolizes the metaphysical law of cause and effect, where higher consciousness and moral integrity lead to favorable outcomes. Thus, through the lens of metaphysical interpretation, the story of Nabal and David isn't just a historical account, it's a dynamic blueprint for personal transformation. It encourages us to rise above our immediate reactions and align our actions with universal truths, which invariably steer us towards wiser, more enlightened decisions. In the metaphysical landscape, the concept of soul transcends the traditional view of it as merely a part of human existence separate from the physical body. Here, soul is synonymous with God, representing an infinite, omnipresent spirit. This spiritual understanding opens up a revolutionary way of perceiving our intelligence, capability, and spiritual identity. By viewing the soul as identical to God, we shift from seeing intelligence as a mere product of the brain to viewing it as an expression of divine consciousness. This perspective transforms how we approach learning and problem solving, suggesting that intelligence is not limited to what is conventionally measured, but is instead a limitless resource available to all. It implies that our capabilities are not fixed, but are expansive and can grow as we deepen our connection with the divine spirit. Furthermore, identifying ourselves with this universal soul changes the foundation of our spiritual identity. It's not about being separate individuals striving to connect with spirituality. Rather, it means we are integral expressions of this divine essence. Understanding this helps dissolve feelings of isolation or inadequacy, replacing them with a profound sense of unity and belonging to a larger whole. This metaphysical view encourages a life lived with the awareness that every thought, word, and action can be a reflection of this divine intelligence and love. By aligning our lives with this truth, we not only enrich our own experiences, but also contribute to the elevation of collective consciousness. Through this alignment, we experience life not as a struggle to achieve spiritual awareness, but as a joyful manifestation of the divine spirit we are inherently part of. In the journey of life, our material senses, sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell, play a critical role in how we navigate our world. They inform us of the physical reality, but what if there's more to life than what meets the eye? Metaphysical philosophy invites us to consider this profound possibility by emphasizing the limitations of these material senses and highlighting the importance of our spiritual senses. Our material senses often restrict us to the tangible and the transient, limiting our perception to what is immediate and evident. This sensory information, while vital, can often keep us tethered to the mundane aspects of existence, obscuring the deeper, more enduring truths that our spiritual senses can perceive. It is through these spiritual senses that we can experience the essence of life, which metaphysical teachings suggest is spiritual, not material. Activating our spiritual senses requires us to develop qualities like intuition, insight, and a deep inner listening, abilities that allow us to see beyond the apparent and transient to the eternal and infinite. This enhanced perception opens our understanding to a broader spectrum of reality, where we begin to perceive the divine interconnectedness of all things. For example, when we shift our focus from material acquisitions to spiritual understanding, we might find that our needs are met in more fulfilling and often unexpected ways. This shift is not just about belief, but about actively engaging with life in a way that our physical senses alone could never fully encompass. By nurturing our spiritual senses, we free ourselves from the often constrictive and sometimes misleading interpretations of our material senses. We begin to experience life with a depth and richness that adds a new dimension to our existence, leading us toward a more profound sense of peace, purpose, and connectedness to the world around us. Through this understanding, metaphysical philosophy teaches us that what we perceive with our spiritual senses can transform our experience of life, guiding us to live not just in the world, but deeply connected to the flows of universal life energy. The way we interpret spiritual texts, like the Bible, can profoundly shape our spiritual journey and practical living. Different interpretations, including metaphysical views, offer unique lenses through which we can understand these ancient teachings, influencing how we apply their wisdom in our daily lives. Metaphysical interpretations, for instance, encourage us to look beyond the literal meaning of the scriptures to uncover deeper spiritual truths. This approach emphasizes the symbolic and allegorical meanings of biblical stories and teachings, suggesting that these narratives are not just historical accounts, but also metaphors for spiritual lessons and processes. For example, the story of crossing the Red Sea can be seen not just as a physical escape from bondage, but as a metaphor for overcoming personal challenges and transitioning from a state of fear to one of liberation. This type of interpretation invites us to consider the Bible as a guide to inner transformation rather than just a set of rules to follow or historical events to acknowledge. It encourages a more introspective and personal connection to the text, prompting us to reflect on our own spiritual growth and how we can manifest the divine qualities discussed in the scriptures in our own lives. The impact of these interpretations extends beyond personal spirituality. They can influence community practices and societal values. By fostering a deeper, more introspective engagement with spiritual texts, metaphysical interpretations can lead to a more compassionate, understanding, and unified community. People may find themselves more attuned to the needs and well-being of others, inspired by the interconnectedness and oneness emphasized by metaphysical philosophy. Ultimately, whether one adheres to traditional religious teachings or accepts metaphysical interpretations, the key is the personal relevance and the transformative impact these teachings have on one's life. It's about finding a path that resonates, enlightens, and guides each individual toward a fuller, more conscious existence. Through this journey, the timeless wisdom of the Bible continues to evolve and adapt, providing guidance that is both spiritually profound and practically applicable in the modern world. We've journeyed through the profound world of the Metaphysical Bible, exploring how its teachings offer more than historical narratives. They provide a blueprint for personal transformation and spiritual enlightenment. By delving into metaphysical interpretations, we've uncovered the deeper meanings behind biblical texts, revealing lessons on unity, personal growth, and the dynamic between the material and spiritual realms. As you reflect on these insights, I encourage you to explore metaphysical Bible study further. Whether it's reinterpreting familiar stories or discovering new ways to apply these age-old truths in your life, there's a wealth of wisdom waiting to be explored. This journey can lead to profound changes, not only in how you view the world, but also in how you live within it. If you found this exploration enlightening, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more insights and guidance on your path to spiritual growth and enlightenment. Your journey is uniquely yours, and every step forward is a step towards a deeper understanding of life's greatest mysteries.